Steven Universe returned this week with a brand new episode entitled Same Old World. As we join the show, the Crystal Gems are celebrating their defeat of the cluster threat. Everyone is super happy and jovial, that is, except for Steven, mainly because he's worried about the Gems' new charge, Lapis Lazuli, who is blown back into their lives once again. Garnet says she's just going to need some time to recover, and if we want to take the whole gem fusion as an allegory for a relationship thing, Lapis basically just got out of a long-term toxic abusive relationship. So it would come as little surprise to anyone when she attempts to make a run for it in the night. Steven, and no doubt the audience at the same time, kind of share the same feeling, and that is, hey Lapis, we never really got a chance to know you, and when we did see you, it always seemed like the world was ending. Lapis clearly has a boatload of issues to work with. For one, she can't go home again after what happened with Jasper and Peridot, and two, she doesn't really trust the Crystal Gems. I mean, oh sure, as we find out in this episode, they didn't actually have a hand in imprisoning her for all those years, but they didn't help her out either. And plus, you gotta figure Lapis is working through what Peridot worked through too, and that is the homeworld propaganda involving the Crystal Gems as, heartless traitors and rebels. Steven attempts to help Lapis with her prisoner complex by showing her all the great and different places she could live on Earth should she choose to. I like this because it shows off one of the qualities that I enjoy about Steven the most, and that is his sense of empathy, something that not a lot of kids learn, but I think everyone should. The True go on a bit of a mini road trip or sky trip, depending on how you want to look at it, and Same Old World actually does a pretty good job building the world of Steven Universe and all the surrounding areas of Beach City, including but not limited to a New York-inspired Empire City where everything is bright and shiny all the time, and even a dark and dour Jersey? What, really? So I mean, you can't have New York, but there's just same old Jersey, really? When Lapis eventually does open up to Steven, we finally learn the origin story of how she ended up in the mirror and how her gem ended up getting cracked in the first place. It seems that during a sabbatical to Earth, Lapis ended getting caught in the crossfire between the homeworld loyalist and the gem rebels. She got poofed and eventually got herself trapped in a mirror where the homeworld gems continually interrogated her for information on the rebels, believing her to be one. Geez, so you can add prisoner of war to Lapis's ever-growing list of issues. Geez, no wonder she's blue. I'd be blue too. You also have to wonder what this tells you about what kind of role Lapises have on the homeworld. I mean, if she was important enough to basically take a vacation to one of the gem colonies, she had to be pretty important, right? You could also make the argument that she's possibly more powerful than any of the other gems we've seen up until this point, being able to manipulate the element of water with ease. Could she possibly be some sort of royalty or maybe an aristocrat? I certainly think so. In the end, Steven does his very best to attempt to open up Lapis's eyes to the many wonders of Earth, a planet that she was trapped on for many years but never exactly got a chance to experience. He's hopeful that maybe she'll want to stay with him and the rest of the Crystal Gems, but for the first time ever, the power is fully in her hands to choose what she wants to do with her life. Oh, but this sweet little ending had one more curveball to be thrown our way. You see, Peridot isn't living at the temple with the rest of the Crystal Gems. She's decided to make the barn her home. Oh, and when Lapis sees Peridot, you can imagine a bunch of very complicated feelings are brought up. After all, Peridot was one of her captors not so long ago. So after two very serious, very action-heavy episodes to open up the season, Same Old World gets things back to the more mellow Steven Universe that we all know and love. This definitely seems to be kicking off a new Lapis-centric arc, and I am personally really interested for that. I mean, they worked wonders with Peridot, and I don't see why they aren't going to do the same thing with her. She clearly has a lot of emotional baggage she needs to unpack, and I'm going to be interested to see how she rubs up against the other, more established Crystal Gems. Overall, I would feel quite comfortable giving this one an 8 out of 10. Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching my newest video. I hope you enjoyed it, and while you're here, why not check out another video I have on offer, or maybe if you're feeling in a supportive mood, you want to like or subscribe. And if you want to support the creation of more videos just like this one, then please by all means check out the Kate Joel Patreon. A little bit goes a very long way, and I will see you all next time.